إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربي زدني علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين آمين يا رب العالمين. How are you all, dear students? So let's begin with our lesson for today. Today is our class number 5. In this class, we'll finish lesson number 2 of Madinah book 3 and we'll also start the next lesson. So here we have Ad-Dars Sani. In this, we have completed the conversation and almost many of the exercises. What's left is just 1 or 2 exercises and then the points to remember. And then we will start the next lesson after we complete this. So let's begin with the exercise number 6. So what do you have to do in this exercise? It's very easy. You all know the rule of Lisa. Okay. Are you all ready? Let's see. Let's make the class interactive. Okay. So you just have to answer the following questions using Lisa. You have to negate your answer. They have given you certain questions. Okay. And doesn't matter whether your answer is positive or negative. You have to answer it in a negative. Okay. Because that is your question. So let's move on to the first question. So Muhandisun Abuka, is your father an engineer? So even if your father is an engineer, you're going to say, no, my father is not an engineer. Okay. You're not left with any other choice. So how will you do it using Lisa? So what will I say? How will I answer it in English? For example, whatever is your language, how will you answer this? You will say, no, my father is not an engineer. Correct? So how will I begin the sentence with? Yes. How will I begin? La. No. It should be a jumla ismiya, okay? Now, the sentence that you're going to write with Laisa, it has to be jumla ismiya, okay? So if you want to have a jumla ismiya, what will you do? You'll keep the huwa intact, okay? No, he is. Or you can write, okay? No, he is not. So you'll say, Laisa, he is not. Be muhandisin, okay? So what did we write here? No, he is not an engineer. Okay. So la harfu nafi, huwa is mubtada. So Laisa is fi'l naqis. So what will we have after Laisa? Where is the ismu Laisa? Ismu Laisa is mustatir, which is huwa. Okay. Ismu Laisa is the huwa mustatir, which is here. You will not say that this huwa, which is at the beginning, is what? It is the mubtada. Ism of Laisa will be after Laisa, not before Laisa. Okay. So ismu Laisa is mustatir, which is huwa, and B is hafjar zaida. Muhandisin is a majroor, but it is lafzan majroor and mahallan mansoob. Why? Because it is the khabru Laisa. That's it. So this is so we have to do the other sentences in the same way. So let's do it. Mudarrisatun ummuka. Is your mother a teacher? Okay. All that you have to do is you just have to change the pronouns and the ism of Laisa according to the person whom you're asking in the question. Like here it is in the first question it was a father, so you used huwa. Here it is ummu, so you will use the damir accordingly, the damir and the ismu Laisa. So what will come here? How will we start the sentence? Again, la, no. Very good. Here, laysat, isn't it? Okay. So here, laysat bi mudarrisatin. Okay. That's it. No, she is not she is not a teacher. Atullabun ikhwatuka. So the translation is, are your brothers students? Okay, are your brothers students? So you have to say, no, they are not students. So what will you do? La. Very good. Hum laysu, correct? laysu bitullabin. Okay. La hum laysu bitullabin. No, they are not students. Very good. I can see you all are participating. It's very good. So keep up the good work. Let's do the next one. Mumarridatun akhawatuka. Okay, mumarridatun is the plural of mumarridatun, that is nurse. Okay, so nurses. Are your sisters nurses? So what do you have to do? How will you start the sentence? La, no, they are not nurses. So how will you say? Yes, la hunna lasna. The conjugation of Lisa should be thorough, okay? Lasna bi mumarri datin. So let's do the next one. Amudarrisun anta. Are you a teacher? Very easy answer. What it should be? La. No. No, I am not a teacher. See, the question is addressed to you. So in the answer, how will you say? No, I am not a teacher, correct? So the question is posed to you. Are you a teacher? So you'll say, no, I am not a teacher. La. Excellent. La ana lastu bimudarrisin. Good. Ajududun antum. Are you all new? So how are we going to answer this? No. We are not new. So how are we going to answer? No, we are not new. Okay, somebody's asking you, are you all new? So what will be your answer? No, we are not new. So how will we do that? La, we. How will we say we? Nahnu. Yeah, nahnu. Las. What will come? Lasna. Yes. Lasna. We are not new. Bi jududin. Good. The last one, ajadidatun sayyaratuka. Is your car new? Okay, I can understand. Even if you have a new car, you have to say no. It is no, it is not new. Okay, you're going to say no, it is not new. So car is feminine. So what will you use? No, it is not new. La. Here, we are referring to the car, which is feminine. La here. Laysat. Laysat bijadid. Jadid. Tin. Finished. Is it easy? I think you're thorough in Lysa by now. Yes? Okay. So the seventh exercise is actually something, it's a very interesting exercise, in fact. But the thing is that this is to be asked by the teacher to every student while in a classroom. It would be nice if we conduct this exercise in a classroom, but still, as we are online, we will not be able to do that. But still, we can try to answer this, right? So the teacher will point out to the student and will ask the student, Amin Amrika Anta? And the student should answer using Laisa. That is, are you from America? Then the student will say, no, I'm not from America. Okay. So how will you say that? So imagine I'm asking to you, what will be your answer? Amin Amrika Anta? Now you all answer me in Arabic. You have to say, no, I'm not from America. La ana lastu min Amrika. Good. Next one, amutazawijun anta? Are you married? So you will say, no, I am not married. Okay. Amaridun anta? Are you sick? And you have to say, no, I'm not sick. So how will you say this? No, I'm not sick. La ana lastu bimaridin. Okay. Good. Muhandisun anta? Are you an engineer? No, I'm not an engineer. La ana lastu bimuhandisin. Okay. So that was exercise number 7. And exercise number 8 was already given as a homework. So with that, we have completed all the exercises of lesson number 2. And we have the kalimatul jadidatu, the new words. So here After the points to remember, we have these words, new words again coming up. So we'll see the points to remember and come back to that. So in the points to remember, it is the same thing about Laisa. So Laisa, the meaning of Laisa is it is not, and it is used in a Jumla Ismiya. It enters upon Jumla Ismiya, and the Mubtada will become Ismu Laisa, and Khabar will become Khabru Laisa. Okay, and the thing to remember is the Khabar of Laisa is Mansub. And one more thing about Laisa is that you can write it in another way, okay, by using B, the harf jar zaida. You can use it for emphasis. Yes, laysat Zainabu bi maridatin. Okay, laysatis sayyaratu bi qadimatin. The car is not old. If you come to this part of the points to remember, that is, if the khabru laysa is prepositional clause, that is jar majrur, which will be the muta'alliq of the mahzuf khabar, isn't it? So in that case, you will not enter the harf jar zaida on the harf jar. Okay, so we already discussed that only if there is a mufrad khabar, you will enter it. If the khabar is mahzuf, we cannot enter it upon the harf jar, right? So that will be incorrect. So what will you do with Laisa then? If the sentence is beginning with a jar majroor, muta'alliq of the khabar mahzuf, and the mubtada is muakhar, like li ikhwatun, what will you do like when Laisa enters here on this sentence? Okay, you will, when you bring Laisa on this sentence, the ismul Laisa is the huwa mustatir here, okay, and then li is what? Jar majroor, muta'alliq of the khabar mahzuf, okay, and ikhwatun is the mubtada muakhar. Laisa, so li ikhwatun is I have brothers. Laisa li ikhwatun, I don't have brothers. So this part actually is for the beginners, okay, and you are also beginners. Like you might, please don't get confused here. They have given us khabru laisa, li as khabru laisa. What happens is initially some of the teachers teach this way, like, jar majroor is one type of khabar, but we have, what did we learn? The jar majroor and the zarf, they become the muta'alliq of the khabar mahzuf. The actual khabar will be mahzuf, and we make this jar majroor as the muta'alliq of the khabar. Okay, we stick to the syllabus, but at the same time we give you all the things required. We equip you already with that which is yet to come. Okay, so this is something alhamdulillah, which makes it easy for the students, and they don't feel burdened when the actual concept comes. Okay, so you all are familiar by this, right? You don't have to get confused with this. Okay, right. So the next point here is, if inna is added to a sentence like li ikhwatun, what will happen? We discussed this last week. Yes, what will happen to this sentence? Inna li ikhwatan, that is the jar after inna you have the li jar majrur will be, which will be the muta'alliq of the khabar mahzuf, and ikhwatan is what is the position of ikhwatan here? Ismu inna. Very good. So this is ismu inna, that's why it is in nasab state. Okay, and this is mubtada muakhar. Okay, so here it will be ismu inna muakhar. Okay, right. So here if you see the next point, Bilal ibn Hamidin, this came in your lesson, which and then I told it is, we will discuss this later. Actually, we are going to discuss this very in a concise way, because this rule will be discussed in one of your lessons, which will come later in detail, and because there are many other rules attached to it. So we will see what is required for, according to your lesson. Okay, so we'll see it in a very concise manner. So what happens is the word ibnun, okay, the word ibnun, when it comes between the name of the father and the son. Okay, so here Bilal ibn Hamidin means what? Bilal, son of Hamid. Okay, so when it comes like this, what will happen? The Hamzatul Wasl, generally what happens when the Hamzatul, I hope you all know the rule of Hamzatul Wasl, that when it comes in the beginning, it will be read. Okay, and when it comes in the middle, that is, if there is some word before it, then it will be written, but it will not be read. Okay, but at least it will be written. But here you can see it is omitted in the first place, correct? At least it should have been written here like this, even if it is not read. Okay, because there is this word Bilal in front of, I mean, a word has come before it. Even though it's not read, it should be written. But in this case, why is it not written? Because when the word Ibnun comes between the name of the father and the son like this, then the Hamzatul Wasl is dropped. Okay, And the name of the father, which is coming at the beginning, Bilalun. Can you see there is no tanween here? Only one haraka is here. Okay. So the tanween is dropped here. Bilalun. So the Hamzatul Wasl is dropped from the word Ibn, and in the father's name, which comes first, the tanween is dropped. Okay. Now, don't get confused that if the tanween is dropped, okay, it should be mudaf. Okay. If it was mudaf, then Ibni will come, right? But can you see Ibnu? It is in the Rafa state still. So surely both these words are not mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. Okay. Don't get confused. If this word has only one haraka, don't think that this is neither this is ghair munsarif nor this is mudaf. Okay. This is the rule when it comes to the word Ibnu in between the name of the father and son. Number one, what do you have to do? The Hamzatul Wasl will not be written. Okay. And the rule number two is the tanween of the in the word which is at the beginning, that is the father's name, the tanween will be dropped. And the third thing to remember is what will be the position of Ibnu then, isn't it? If Bilalu, this word is not mudaf, then what is the position of Ibnu then in relation with Bilal? Here, what will be the position? So this word Ibnu will be naat. Okay, this will be the naat of the word Bilal. Okay, so what are we saying? Ibnu Hamidin, son of Hamid. So isn't this describing Bilal that so Hamid is the son of, so Bilal. Okay. So always remember when the word Ibn comes in between the name of the father and the son, you just have to remember three things. One, drop the Hamzatul Wasl. Number two, take out the tanween from the first word, that is the name of the father here, remove the tanween, and then the word Ibnu will be the naat to this word with the first word. Okay, so these are the few things to remember. Just keep in mind. So the next point, manil akhu, we already discussed. This is a polite way of asking who's the brother. I mean, someone new has come and you're asking who's this stranger, who's this person. So this is a polite way of asking. Okay. Next, coming to the vocabulary, ana masrurun biliqa'ika. Ana means I, masrurun, happy. Biliqa'ik means B will not be translated here, but liqa'i means what? Meeting. When you meet someone. Ka is what? You. So I'm happy to meet you. Okay. So that is all. With this, we finished the lesson number 2. So that is all. With this, we finished the lesson number 2.